Hey guys, I have something in store for you guys. I know that you guys are gonna love it. This is my second run, okay? Me trying to record this episode, trying to talk as clearly and enunciate all the letters and keep all of the the nasally noise, all the little annoyances and whatnot, because I have a little bit of perfectionism going, and it's just like I am recording this entire thing over just to make sure that the sound is very clear when I'm talking. I do realize I have a very soft voice until I get angry, um, but otherwise it's very soft and it's kind of hard to hear me a little bit, so I'm just going to record over and try to keep my points tighter so that you guys don't lose interest and don't make the video longer than it needs to be. I do want to show you guys something I was working on before we do get started, and I kind of let you guys know um, what kind of channel this is. You see this here? Okay, I want to make sure you guys go in and subscribe, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Yeah. So, with that being said, guys, my name is Destiny Ray. I'm the host over here, Girl Talk with Des. We will be talking about a lot of things from dating with men, self-improvement, like how to level up. We will be spilling some tea and everybody sipping it. So be on the lookout for that. The next thing is on the list of to do is to really introduce where I want to take this channel. We're just going to see where it's going to go, first of all, see how big it can get, because I don't know. I have no expectations. I just hope that I'm able to really interact with a lot of you guys and get a feel for what you guys like. You guys can also give me feedback, interact with me through the comment section. Once I start getting a fan base or getting some followers or subscribers, I will like to be able to go live with y'all so we can have an actual two-way discussion instead of me just, looking and talking to the screen. So, there's that. So yeah, sometimes we will have and invite guests over from other channels and also from, just our audience, letting us know how they feel about the subjects that we're talking about, giving their personal experience or their opinion on some of the things, like, share, subscribe, okay? Subscribe, share, like, all of that good stuff. I want to make sure that you guys don't forget that so that you can keep up with me. I'm trying to build the subscriber base up so that we can have our own little YouTube community. I don't have a cute name for us yet. Yeah, I don't have a cute name for us yet, but we're going to get there, okay? Girl Talk with Des, yeah? So now that we have that, the first video, guys, that I want to really make for you guys is decoding things that men say. I am putting this into a two-part series so that it's not too overwhelming, the information that we get here in the videos. I don't want it to drag on too long, but so I've broken it down into two parts. We are decoding what men say versus what they really mean, because I don't know if you guys are like me, but I happen to hear in this in my mind's ear and my God's ear, clear audience is what it's called. When somebody's saying something, I'm hearing something totally different what they really mean and what they're thinking in their actual head. It's I have a lot of the clairs going on, actual clear audience, sentience, all of the clears. Okay, so yeah, in the chat box, I want you guys to put, put a thought sign or put a, me too or something. Just let me know that, hey, you guys are a clear audience too. You guys are able to hear or really pick up on what they really mean or what people really mean when they say this, or what you hear and, in your God's ear is what I call it. So you see here this beautiful picture. Yes, nice. And then you have the wine here. You got a little microphone. So I did all my graphics, guys. I am practicing on, like I said, being more coherent and more cohesive during my videos so that I can keep your attention and like not, annoy or lose you guys. So I'll bore you throughout the video. Trying to I will practice and get better on that. If you guys have any suggestions as far as, hey, you're moving too much, because I do tend to talk with my hands and my face. So when I'm talking, my face is talking too. It kind of gives me, well, that's why I don't play poker. That's why I don't play poker, because I'll sit there, what? It's going to give me away. I'm working on that. I'm working on that. I've been working on that, but I'm gonna work on this. Okay. So yeah, so the first thing I want to start is what he says versus what he means. So the first thing is, let's say you just started talking to a guy, and you could be out on a date. Maybe you've had a couple meetups, or maybe this is the first interaction and you have a longer time to talk to him. And the first thing that he's saying out of his mouth somewhere along the way is, okay, let me give you an example. First of all, after we really get into the meat of it, he's saying, he asks you, hey, so, what's your love language? And you ask him, maybe you brought it up. You ask him what his love language is, and he tells you, and then he reciprocates and he asks you, what are you looking for? What is your love language? And you respond back, me personally, I like acts of service, and I like gifts, because the other one, love language, I don't even remember them all at this point. I don't really care because they're not mine. And so I guess when, it comes to having another person there to see what their love languages are or is, then I probably would care. But right in this moment, I don't even much remember what the other ones are outside of my own. So he asks you back, what's your love language? And me personally, I like acts of service and gifts. So he retorts, or he responds back saying, oh, a rich man could spend money all the time and buy you all these gifts and not care about you, still treat you like trash, and money don't mean everything. First of all, sis, you need to run, because first of all, what he's telling you is, what my mind's ear is telling me, is that not only does he not have money, but he's going to not have money, not give you gifts, and he's still going to be an asshole to you, treat you like trash. I mean, I'm just saying. Just so, that's where the phrase where women say, hey, if I'm going to be crying again, I'm going to be crying in the Bentley. I'd rather be with a guy who's rich, if and at least enjoy some type of benefits versus, not getting any and being with somebody who's poor for love because you really like that person. Yeah. So, because I can guarantee you, a man who is rich or considers himself to be rich, he actually has money, he's not sitting up there comparing himself to somebody who's beneath him, who doesn't have any money. So that's just that telltale sign right there. If you value security, and it's like, no, it's not all about money, but you can't really enjoy the relationship or your life if you are struggling, trying to figure out, and you can't afford to go to restaurants, you can't afford to go on outings, trips, travels. It's your birthday, to even, to get random flowers on a certain, on a certain or random day just because it's Wednesday. You're not going to be able to get or experience any of those things. Because he's just not going to have the money to do it. But if he does, he's not willing to maybe even share or spend it with you. Whether sometimes or at all. That's just what it is. The next thing on the list is saying, "Oh, my exes are crazy." Says, "I guarantee you need to run and run as fast as you can. And if you stop, trip, and look back, I need you to get up. Matter of fact, don't even look back. You're going to turn into a pillar of salt just like she did that Bible. Girl, you need to keep on going." Because what that man is saying, my mind's ear, is what he's saying is that he has drove that woman crazy. She got tired of his shit and she snapped. She either started standing up for herself, or she snapped on him back because ain't no way, just ain't no way. There's a slight chance that she might be a little touched. That's what we call it here in the South. If she a little crazy, she a little so. But I can guarantee you, he knew that and he continued. She's not gonna just be crazy for no reason most of the time. She's not. It's him. And another thing is saying, "Oh, she still want me or this, or my ex still want me to this and that." No, he's still messaging her. He's still going around and giving her illusions and ideas, or even the inkling that there's a chance. It's him. What he's saying is, "I drove them to that point. I strung this person along, and she fell for the game. She fell for the things that I was telling her." Okay. And that's what that means. The next thing is saying, "I can have any woman I want. I got all these options. I'm 6'1", or I'm this and I'm that." First of all, let me tell you this. If a man has to sit and project and announce all of this, saying that he has all these options, first of all, why do you want all these options? Why do you want all these people in your space? You're too friendly and I don't trust you. The next thing is, saying that you can have any woman that you want. You think so highly of yourself. It's just like, if you really had the opportunity to get any woman you want, you wouldn't be sitting there worried about trying to get any woman. You wouldn't be sitting there trying to announce that you have a woman, because people who got it like that, got it like that. They ain't got to sit there and brag and talk about it, try to convince other people about it. They just do. Okay, they just have. And so, with that being said, if you're having to really convince people that, then there's usually something wrong with that man. Um, Whether he's to the point where along the lines he's selfish, arrogant, or whatever, he wants stuff catered to him, towards his direction, and or he's been hurt, he's too guarded. He might become a little jaded and therein have a little bit of defensiveness that can come off as passive aggressive. Whether his mindset or not, that is, or he doesn't have his stuff together, outside of women. Maybe he don't have his finances in order. Maybe, he still got some bitterment, some bitter resentment and etc. that he needs to deal with. And so he's maybe not that fun to be around. Uh, so yeah, I mean, because a dealership is going to have their best cars in the front, are they not? When you go to the shoe or the clothes store, they have their best clothes, their best shoes in the front of the store on display. So if he's leading with that, or he's leading with his money, he thinks that that's his best feature, and that lets him know that, for one, if it's money that he's putting with, or he's leading with his hype, or he's name dropping, that actually even falls along to that category, puffing themselves up. If he has to lead with that, 9 times out of 10, that's most, if not all, that he has. And so here's another thing to what I'm just going to add this in here, where I don't see the point or why, or the logic behind why men lead with money, talking about how much money they have and what they can do if they're not wanting to share, or if they are trying to say that the woman is a gold digger, or she only wants him for his money. Well, you put it out there. Like, why are you telling people if you're not going to, share or give her any? It just doesn't make any sense. That's like, would you go to would that make sense if you were to go to an employer and they say, "Hey, we have payroll enough budget to pay 30 people $60,000 a year." To some people that might sound great, but if they don't hire you, why would they call you all the way over there and ask you to interview for the job specifically and not give you the job or the money? Just blows my mind. You know, the the lack of logic behind that. The next thing is saying, "Oh, I was just using her or them." So my thinking is just like, and it says that, "Oh, but you're different." Let me tell you that, ladies, you're not different. You're different, but you're not different to him because he doesn't see the value. Or sometimes maybe he does see the value, but he's hoping you don't see the value. Because if my mind's ear is telling me, "Hey, if I was using this person to get to you, but you're the next step on the ladder. So I want to use you until I can't use you until you catch on to my bullshit and kicking me out of the door because you special, but you special right now." Like, don't fall for it. I've seen plenty men use women to build themselves up in real life and on video and on the internet of things. Use women to build themselves up and then leave. Go from woman to woman to woman. I've seen it. And then sometimes they've done that to try to get to me. It's like, I don't care how great I know and think I am. If you can sit there, you can have a heart to do that to somebody. You might have the capacity to do that to me. And regardless of if you actually would or you wouldn't, I don't want to be with somebody who would do that anyway. Because it's just like, you got a number, you got a price. So it's like, what could really, like, there's no loyalty in that. And there's shiesty. Like, you barely even loyal to yourself if you can sit and do something like that. Um, the next thing is trying to control who you talk to, who's around you, saying, "Oh, you can't have any friends, no guy friends. You can't have any guy friends because all men want to do is sleep with you." But wait a minute, sir. Don't you have female friends? Or you want to sleep with your female friends? Is that what you're telling me? Mm. Okay. Okay. That's something that you need to really check. Okay. The next thing too is that he's right though, because men, as shallow as they are, will only be nice to somebody that they find attractive, and they will only hang with somebody that they find attractive, but that they want to screw or that they want to be with. Very few men can actually be friends or in the vicinity of a woman and not flirt, not try to get with her. None of that. So when he's telling you that, in essence, he's really including himself in that category. He knows how men can be because he is one of those men. And then it just is what it is. The next thing is saying, "Oh, I want a woman who knows how to take care of her man." I don't. In my mind's ears, lady, what he is saying is that he wants someone he can control and manipulate. He wants someone who is going to do everything for him, and he can invest emotionally, financially, um, across the board as little as possible while you do, if not everything. He wants to be here. He wants you to be here, but he wants to come here and have you come all the way here all the time. Now, I don't care how much of a chaser or how much strong, masculine, independent, or strong you think you are. After a while, that's gonna get tired for you. You're gonna start to resent that person. You go, "Hey, what's up?" You're gonna want to sit that person down, have a little talk, have a little pop wow, have a little conversation with this person, and they're gonna question why you waiting so late to say something to them now. It's been working. You've been doing everything. And most of the time, especially if they just use you, they don't care. They don't realize, they don't see anything different because it's like they're used to people doing that for them. They are not going to see anything wrong with it. And if they do, they already know and they're just going to replace you. That's what happens. Um, the next thing is saying, "I want a kind woman like mama." Now, while this one may sound innocent, wanting someone that reminds them, a motherly qualities, motherly characteristics. You do not want them to compare you to their mom, because what they want when men want to compare you to their mom. What they're looking for you to do is that unconditional love trap where they can do and say anything that they want to and expect you to literally just put up with. On the minute you do something or you say no and set boundaries, then they are going to really just either flip out or just be in complete no disbelief, like, oh my God, you know, you changed on me. No, no, she's just that person. She is not your mother. And then because once you take on the task of mothering this person, you don't have room or capacity. You don't even see them in the same light that you want to even much be romantic with them because you feel like they're mom. You feel like you got to parent them all the time. They're looking for that. They're looking for somebody to do all of those things for them and give them sex. That's just right in the lines of further down the list when we get there about wanting someone to do 50-50 with them. You want somebody to go 50-50 on the bills, um, but you want them to do all the housework too. And if you have kids together, then how are you going to split those responsibilities? I mean, just it just goes there because y'all want equality. Why y'all can't? We gotta go 50-50. She gotta have her own bag. Brother, what my mind is saying, brother, if you need help, if you want a partner, he don't want a relationship. He wants help. That's the difference. He wants help that he can screw for free. That's what he's looking for. The next thing is saying, oh, let's say you've been talking to each other for a while and you kind of wanted to know, you started to like him because you invested this time into getting to know him, keeping yourself up, going to go meet him, taking time out of your schedule to go meet with this individual. You want to, for the most part, you might want it to actually go somewhere versus you just talking, hanging out, spending your time with this person. And so you ask them, and maybe even early on, they hit you back with something along the lines of, "Oh, let's just see where it goes. Oh, you know, I'm not in a rush right now." And so you double back with, "Okay, well, how do you know? What are you looking for? How do you know when you find it? Oh, I'll know when I find it. Let's not worry about that right now, girl. Let's talk about other fun stuff that I want to talk about, which is usually getting benefits of being with a woman, but not having to put in any work or anything else." Yeah, that part. But yeah, so essentially in my mind's ear, ladies, what he's saying is that he wants to waste your time essentially as much as possible until you catch on and realize that it ain't going nowhere. And he feels like you ain't going nowhere because you're comfortable and you've already been there thus far, however long. And to some people, this can go on for years, months, if you let it. But some women are okay with that because you're just a placeholder in their life, and that's okay if you mutually agree on that. But if you lie and mislead a person, you future fake them and tell them that you want all of these things, and maybe the other person didn't, you could have wasted, you could have just, had some other type of more open and upfront relationship. Because I'm going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, he's telling you that because he's still seeing other people outside of you, whether you know it or not, whether you agree to it or not. Because sometimes, you'll still know it, but you hadn't put an end to it because you already invested emotionally into this situation with this person, and it's not just that easy to walk away. As a matter of fact, I can tell you the studies show that toxicity and bad relationships and stuff are just as addicting as drugs, and it gives you in the brain's reward centers. You have the same effect being in a toxic situation as you would receiving a hit of dopamine. It's been proven that even though you shouldn't be in there, it's addictive. So it's kind of hard to leave. So I will say that. That's something that we will talk about in another episode. The different findings and stuff like that. But he's saying essentially that he wants to waste your time for as long as possible until you catch on. And when you do catch on, he's just going to not hold or be accountable and not let you hold him accountable. He's just going to run off. That's just, that's what he's saying. Let's see. The next thing is the last thing on the list for part one, and that is saying that, when a man tells you he's sick of drama, first of all, if a man who's truly not about drama, he's not going to make it a point because it's not on his mind. It doesn't occur to him in his everyday life. So it's not going to come to a point where he feels that he needs to tell you this, because he's in the mind frame that, everybody, it's calm, it's peaceful all the time. I don't have these things going on. Men who have the I don't want drama part are the ones causing all the drama and having all the drama. It just is what it is. That's where their minds are at. And so them feeling the need to tell you that is not just saying he doesn't want drama. In my mind's ear, I'm hearing that he loves drama. He just wants to be the cause of it, and he wants to be the one pulling the strings, and he wants you to puppet and play along and not really giving you pushback, because you standing up for yourself, you putting boundaries and holding him accountable. That's dramatic. That's drama, and that's something he doesn't want. Your drama. Let's be more specific. He doesn't want your drama. Well, ladies, we have come to the end of the road for this episode on the different things on part one of what men say versus what they really mean, to decode the messages. I do want you guys to, like I said, click, share, subscribe. If you guys want to donate, I will have my Cash App tag in the chat and in the description, so that you can show love. I know this is a new show, and obviously new episode. We do want to make sure that we can get like maybe better equipment, like microphones or other stuff like that to make the sound better. We will start to kind of raise subscribers so that we can get the channel monetized, so that we can get some ads, in case you guys don't consistently aren't able to donate like that, so that we can have more content come up. So the next thing that's going to come out, I'm going to try to put out videos about 3, maybe on a good day 4 a week, and we are going to cover topics about men, bettering ourselves, really healing touching on some deep subjects like the one I touched on earlier about how relationships can be addicting. Certain behaviors and whatnot can also be addicting. And even though you're consciously aware that, hey, this is bad, you need to stop, it's an addiction. It's a bad habit to kick. It's a hard habit to kick. And why things like that is. We're going to have some guests. I want you guys to be able to give me your feedback and interact and talk back to me once we're going live. So once we build up a subscriber base, we will be going live, and you guys can do live chat as well. And give me your opinions. I do want you guys to give me feedback on this episode, on how it went, if I said too many times, if I was moving too many times, but I do talk with my hands. If you felt the video was too long, if you think we should just do increments, like if we do list things like that, we should do like 5 at a time instead of 10. I did break it down because there's actually a list of 20, which we'll be moving into right after this. So my name is Destiny. Thank you guys for watching the first episode of Girl Talk with Des, and like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in part 2.